Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day you're watching this broadcast. This is Dr. Eric Tangumonkem with iemappraoch, where we inspire, equip, and motivate people to discover God's great potential in them, develop that potential, and deploy the potential. It's exciting to be alive at this time. There is no other better time you would have been born in. You are in the right place at the right time, and you have everything that you need to reach your full potential and have maximum impact in your generation. Stop wishing to have been born somewhere else. Stop wishing to be somebody else. To win, you must be you. To win, you must look for a way to be in charge. You must look for a way to keep moving forward, no matter what happens to you. I want to thank you so much for joining us. And there are three things that I need from you today. I'm asking for you to do three things for me. Yes, I am asking that you do three things for me. Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door will be open. Seek and you will find. If you don't ask, how can you receive? If I don't tell you this is my need, how can you help me? I have a need, and this is it. Invite other people to join the broadcast. If you like what you've been hearing, if you like what you're hearing, if you want other people to benefit, invite them. Go ahead and share the broadcast. It's just a click of the mouse. You can do that. Share. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Great content is coming your way. And lastly, I'm speaking from my book, Racism, Where Is Your Sting? A provocative look at the beginning and the end of racism. I have a copy of the book here. Get a copy. Not just one copy. Get a copy for some other person. It's more blessed to give than to receive. This book has the potential not just to change your own life, but to change some other person's life. If you want to order more than 2 copies and you want a discount, let me know. My company, IEM Press, produces the book. You're talking to the person in charge. We can make all the discounts that is going to sweeten the deal for you. Let me know if you need more than 1 copy. We've been talking about the life of Joseph and all the lessons that we can learn from his life. From being able to have a look at the big picture and learning how not to follow the crowd or what is trending. And today I'm going to be talking about changing yourself and not other people. I cannot overemphasize how important this is. And I want you please to listen and listen very, very closely. It's going to be very easy to take what I'm saying out of context and mischaracterize what I'm trying to say. Since I started the series on racism, I've condemned in the strongest terms possible any form of discrimination, any form of maltreatment, and any form of hatred, bigotry, you name it. I've said it's evil for anybody to look down on other people because they look different, because of the amount of melanin or the lack thereof in their skin. However, the way forward is not to stay in the place of blame, is not to stay in the place of hopelessness. I'm bringing a message of hope. And today, I'm going to be talking about you as an individual. Don't get distracted. Yes, people have been classified into different groups based upon whatever criteria that is used. But when it is all said and done, it is you and you alone that has to take responsibility of the outcome that you want for your life. Let me say that again. It is you and you alone that has to take responsibility of the outcome that you want for your life. That is why you must learn how to change yourself. You must learn how to take charge. You must learn how to drive or pilot your boat. It is very important. The moment you lose sight of that, the moment you allow other people to take control, you've lost it. And that is why today I'm going to be focusing on what you as an individual can do. Please, I'm not against you belonging to some organizations. I'm not against you putting yourself under any umbrella. I'm not against you associating with other people. But what I'm saying is this: the buck stops at your feet. Whatever happens to you, it is your responsibility, not the responsibility of the group, not the responsibility of society. It is on you. And if you want to truly be free, if you want to reach your full potential, if you want to see racism disappear in your life, let it start with you. You must have heard, be the change that you want. It's easy when we talk about other people, when we talk about a group, because nobody is taking responsibility. Today, I'm addressing you and you alone. Don't transfer it to other people. The change has to be you changing. When Joseph was enslaved, he did not bother changing his master. He didn't tell his master, stop being a slave owner so that I will be free. I didn't say we should not push for slave ownership to stop. But Joseph, as an individual, took responsibility of himself. When his master's wife tried to commit adultery with him, he didn't try to change her by telling her, oh, woman, you are evil, you should change. No, he focused on himself. He said, how can I, Joseph, do such an evil against God? How can I, Joseph, commit such a sin against God? He focused on himself. You too must learn how to focus on you. Don't get distracted. Those who change history, those who rise to the top, are those who do not wait for things to happen to them. They find a way to make things happen. Joseph was in prison. Joseph was sold unjustly. Joseph was mistreated. He worked without pay. However, he found a way to change the course of history. You too can do that. Stop saying in an ideal world. Make it ideal for you. Joseph made it ideal. That is why he was able to rise up to become number 2 in Egypt. Stop the blame game, stop complaining, and take responsibility. Now, what you should be paying attention here is a tendency for some to resort to name calling and hurling insults that do not change anything. You don't want to be trapped in that. Instead of saying that they did this to me, and therefore they should become such and such, say, I am better than what they did to me and above where they have placed me. I am better. That is the truth. You are better than what people say about you. You are more than whatever they've done to you. Don't focus on those individuals, focus on yourself. I have told you the story, and I'll repeat it again to emphasize the need for you to change yourself. Don't focus on changing others. Change yourself. Change your attitude. Change what you believe about you. Change the expectation that you have for your life. Focus on you, not on the externals. Because at the end of the day, you cannot control what other people are going to do to you. You can only control the response that you respond to what people try to do to you or what people say about you. It's very important. The place of control, the place of victory is to ensure that you are changing. You're focusing on changing yourself. When we were kids, I was born and raised in Africa, Cameroon to be precise. When I was a kid, we had no indoor plumbing. I'm not saying all this for you to pity me. We will go to the stream in the morning or in the afternoon, strip naked, put our clothes on the banks of the stream, and we jump in and swim and take a bath or whatever we're doing. And in the country, we don't lock up people who are mad. And so my dad used to tell us, if a madman picks your clothes, what will you do? Will you run stark naked behind the madman, or will you go look for a new set of clothes, put them on, and try to recoup what the madman has taken? In other words, you change yourself. Don't run down behind the madman because you're going to become the mad person. It's very easy to get distracted when we start blaming and complaining and pointing our fingers to other people. Focus on you. Focus on you. Don't focus on the group. Focus on you as an individual. What do you believe about yourself? How do you view yourself? Where are you going to? Who are you? Don't wait for those who believe that they are superior to you to change before you believe that you are not inferior. If you missed it, let me say it again. Don't wait for those who believe that you are inferior to change their expectation about you, for you to believe that you are not inferior. Just because somebody thinks something about you does not make it so. Just because somebody says something about you does not make it so. Who are you believing? You don't have to change them. Change yourself. If you know who you are, what other people think about you doesn't matter. I know you may be accusing me of not being realistic. Realistic of what? To accept that other people's expectation is going to become my experience? Is that really what you're settling for? To tell me that, oh, you're living in an ideal world? Yes, make it an ideal world. Joseph was in Egypt and he made it an ideal world. We have seen that in Egypt, the Hebrews were considered to be detestable. Not only was Joseph a slave, he could not even eat with the Egyptians. And in addition to being a slave, he was in prison. Everything around him, everything surrounding him was saying there's no hope, was saying there's no way out. However, he understood that he had potential, he had gifts, and he used them. And he knew that with God on his side, he was the majority. And that is why I'm talking to you as an individual. Stop saying they've done this to us, you and who. The reason we've been divided into groups by whoever, the social construct, is for control and manipulation. You should see through it and stop accepting it. Some have called you black. Are you really black? This is black here. Are you like this? I'm asking you who moves around and says I'm black or black pride. Are you really black like this? Come on, you must be kidding. If this is no longer black, something is very wrong. And that is why we need to be very careful when we regurgitate identities that other people have given to us. Don't accept it. It's a lie. Don't accept it, because what you believe is going to influence the outcome of your life. Joseph knew better. Never allow the opinions of others about you to become your reality. I don't care what you think about me. I know who I am. I know what my mission is. I know where I'm coming from. I know where I'm going. And that is what I'm trying to tell you today. You, not a group of people, you, an individual who is watching this right now. It's time to stand up. It's time to know who you are. It's time to start changing you. And don't allow other people, what they say to you, what they do to you. I mean, you must have heard, when life gives you lemons, what do? Turn the lemons into lemonade. When life gives you rocks, make a foundation. Out of it, build a wall. Whatever you want to do, use it. Joseph used being in prison. He used being in Egypt to rise up to become the second most important, influential person in Egypt. It's about you. Don't wait for others to change. Don't wait for your siblings to change. Don't wait for nobody to change. You should start changing. You should start changing. If somebody says that you are a donkey and treats you like a donkey, will you accept it? Are you a donkey? Do you look like a donkey? What if they call you a donkey? What if somebody believes in their heart of hearts that you are a donkey? Does that make you a donkey? And that is why those who feel that superior, one way or the other, and they think that because they think that you are inferior, because you need somebody to be superior for others to be inferior. Don't go behind them. You should focus on you by believing that it doesn't matter what they think about me. I know who I am. Change yourself. What you believe will rule over you. All people are created equal. All people are created equal. All people are created equal. I'm going to sound as a broken record here, because I want you to hear it and hear it very clearly. Let it penetrate down to your innermost being. Let it get into your subconscious mind. Reprogram your mind. We are told, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind. All people are created equal. All people are created equal. Do you believe that? Or you've believed what social media, society, whoever has told you about you? What do you believe? All people are created equal. If there is an alternative, please let me know. Write it in the comment section. If you think people are not equal, write it there and give me proof. I didn't say we are the same. Think all 5 fingers are created equal, but are not the same, because each finger has a specific use. I cannot grab. If my thumb is taken off, I won't be able to hold things as this guy was there. And that is why we need to understand the fingers are not the same. They're all my fingers. They all have a purpose. We need to understand that and stop passing value judgment based upon how people look on the externals. I think we'll spend a lot of time talking about this. Watch the past broadcast and you get more details on that. It is the truth that sets people free, not the traditions and cultural norms that are not based on facts. When did the amount of melanin in somebody's skin became a basis for defining that person? Can you determine the quality of a house solely on the color of the house? Because the house is painted green, you say, oh, the house is of no use. Are you really serious? What has the color of the house got to do with the engineering, with the structure of the house? Which is more important, the color or the foundation of a house? We all know the obvious answer, isn't it? Just because a house is painted one color or the other, does it make the house less structurally sound? We need to get into the inside. Let's stop this foolishness. Stop believing and spreading this craziness. It is written that we are all one in Christ, one human race created in the image of God. And that's why I want you to start changing by believing that. It doesn't matter what has happened in the past. It doesn't matter what is happening right now. It doesn't matter who is doing what, whatever. It starts with you. Start believing the right information about you, and you will see the scales begin to fall off. The shackles begin to fall off. There's nothing wrong with you. Melanin doesn't do anything wrong to people. The only use of melanin is to protect people from sun radiation. End of story. That is all. Has nothing to do with their intellect, has nothing to do with their potential, has nothing to do with how far you're going to go in life. I'm tired of hearing people say, oh, I'm black, because I'm black, and this and that. And no. That is defeatist attitude. Why are you blaming other people when you don't even believe in your God-given potential and ability? What doors are going to open for you when you're not taking charge and doing your own part? I just read a funny story in the book What I Wish I Knew when I was 20 years old. And it says there was this guy named Goldberg, and he wanted above all to be rich. So he prayed every day, went to the synagogue, and he would plead, God, I want to be rich. Help me to win the lottery. Lord, make me win the lottery. Make me win the lottery. And he prayed day in, day out. After praying for years and years, one day he got so desperate and he just told God, you've let me down. You haven't answered my prayer. I've been praying day in, day out, coming to the synagogue, doing everything and asking for you to help me win the lottery, and you've not done your part. You haven't answered the prayer. And God broke the silence. And in a booming voice said, Goldberg, help me out. Please buy the ticket. I'm not in support of the lottery here. I don't believe in gambling. However, the moral of the joke or the story is this. Goldberg prayed year in, year out, and he did not even buy the ticket. He expected God to buy the ticket for him and then make him win. Really? Is that how it works? You may say this doesn't make sense, but look into your life. Why are you believing lies about you? Who told you that the lack of melanin makes you a superior or an inferior human being? Who told you that being lighter in complexion has anything to do with anything? Why are you believing that? I was running with my wife this morning, and we're talking about all these skin lightening products out there, and people destroying their skin because they want to look lighter, having chemical burns and all that. Why? Who told you the way you look? Who told you have a problem? Where did you get that from? Why? There is one human race. We are one family. Who do you believe? Let God be true and all others be liars, isn't it? If God says you are good, made in my image and likeness, forget about what other people are saying. Focus on changing you, not the other person who has chosen to believe a lie and live in ignorance. Pity them. The blind, leading the blind, they will all fall in a ditch. If you have seen the light, don't follow the blind. If somebody says you're a donkey, pity them because you are not. If somebody says you are inferior, pity them because they should know better. If somebody says because you look in a certain way, you are less of a human, pity that person because you know better. Don't follow them and blame them because you who know better should lead the way. And there's some focus that you should be changing yourself. Don't focus on those that are living in ignorance. Because in this day and age, every basic biology, there isn't any iota of evidence that melanin makes human beings different. If all the facts about the human race have not convinced somebody to realize that skin color is not enough to segregate us, then you might as well allow that person to wallow in their ignorance. Please, don't follow the madman. Don't become foolish. You are wise, you're walking in the light, then be it, walk in the light. Shine the light into darkness. I've said racism is evil. It's evil. To hate other people, lynch them, kill them, whatever angle you look at it, and mistreat them and don't pay them equally and all that. It's evil. There's no justification. It's just that. Those who think they're superior, please allow them to feel superior all the one because it is a figment of their imagination. The only way you defeat that is when you know that you are not inferior. And that is why the next craze that we're dealing with is critical race theory. Oh, some are the oppressors and some are the oppressed. Are you oppressed? He that the Son of Man has set free is free indeed. You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Don't believe lies about you. Don't believe that some people have the ability to sit over you. Say no. Even Joseph in prison, the system tried to enslave him. The system tried to sit on him. He rose to the top because he understood what he was carrying in the inside of him. Do you know who you are? Do you know what your gifts are? Do you know why you are here? Where are you going to? You need to answer this question. If not, you become a casualty of the system. I didn't say people are not going to try to stop you. I didn't say people are not going to try to trample upon you. I didn't say any of that. What I'm saying is that focus on you. Know your worth, know who you are, know where you're going, and allow those people who think otherwise about you to wallow in their ignorance. However, if you dare believe that you are in any way inferior, a victim, or in any disadvantageous position, then you are feeding this monster and it is going to eat you up. Imagine Joseph. He is in prison, forcefully accused, enslaved. However, he's able to reach out to other prisoners that are depressed and speak to them. He did not try to change the system. He changed himself by believing in the dreams that he had, and that work opened doors for him. Stop the negative talk. Stop the negative belief. Know your worth. You're a child of God. Skin color, either direction, doesn't add or subtract anything from you. If you allow love to guide you, nobody is going to trample on you. Love is strong. I did not say they will not try, but when they do, they will fail. They will only succeed if you believe They will. If you believe somebody is an oppressor and you're a victim, there be it. There is an expectation. You know, the slave masters prevented slaves from reading in another way, from writing as well, because if you could not read, you won't be able to write. They knew that reading was going to expose the slaves to the truth. And once people know the truth, it will set them free. How about you? What books are you reading right now? What are you reading? What are you feeding your mind with? CNN, the mass media, Fox News, whatever channels you're watching, what are you feeding your mind with? You can tell I'm not a big fan of TV. Turn off the box. Don't allow them to keep brainwashing you. Get into good books. There are millions of good books out there. Start with the one good book of all. Read the Bible. Start there. Do you know you become your thoughts? What you think is going to shape your belief system. And what you believe, you're going to take action on. Take responsibility of what you feed your mind with. Take responsibility and stop blaming other people. Just because people have said things about you, you shouldn't accept them. As I've asked, are you a donkey? If I call you a donkey, does that make you a donkey? You are human. And that's why somebody says you're inferior. You should say, no, I'm not. Don't believe it. You know, many people want to keep blaming others because they do not want to take responsibility for their actions. Oh, you know, I'm acting like this because he called me a donkey. Now I'm a donkey. He called me a donkey. No, I'm not a donkey. Really? You are not obliged to accept whatever status people give to you or whatever name they give to you. It is your responsibility to refuse to become a second-class citizen, even if other people insist that you are. You are not a second-class citizen. There are no children of a lesser God who all been created in the image and likeness of God. Blaming, complaining, and refusing to do your part will fail and has always failed. Those that have broken from the entrapment of racism are those that refuse to believe the narrative that they are inferior and are children of a lesser God. There is one God, one human race, one God, one human race. You are part of that human race that was created by God in his image. You are, who are you going to believe? May I submit to you that you believe what God says about you and not some social construct concocted by people, driven by fear, hate, and ignorance? It's totally unacceptable for anybody to think otherwise in this day and age based upon all the information we have. That some people are superior to others or some are inferior. And you believe that nonsense? Then you turn and blame the people? No. It should stop at you. Work on yourself. Do you truly believe that you are not inferior? Then live accordingly. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor, share this broadcast. Stay tuned for more updates. If you haven't gotten a copy of this book, do so. It will change your life and change the life of other people. We're praying and pushing for 10 million copies of this book to get into the hands of people so that we can truly see change, one individual at a time. If you change and change the next person, there is hope. God bless you.